Good evening and welcome to tonight's game here in the Axis Football League between the Cleveland Coyotes and the San Francisco Sharks. I'm joined by my partner, Idej Gaming. Idej, are you excited about this game or what?
Absolutely. We've got two of the best teams in the entire league here going up at the Haba, so it's going to be a great matchup.
In one of the most iconic stadiums in this football league. And we are officially underway here in San Francisco. And we start with Cleveland with the football.
And Cleveland, ground and pound type of offense here. Definitely interesting to see how they'll fare in this one.
So Peyton Cross will line up under center initially and line it up to Chris Black like we predicted. That ground and pound facing some problems early on.
Yeah, great run blitz there by San Francisco, able to get him in the backfield for a loss of 4.
So that was Matthew Payne with the TFL as Peyton Cross will pass on second and long. And it was a solid pass over the middle. His receiver just couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, that really stings because he had a couple of steps on the defender. Probably could have turned it upfield for an even bigger gain.
So now 3rd and 14 where Peyton Cross has to make a play. And he actually does. Joshua Carlson is going to make the huge catch here for the first down.
Yeah, play action there. Cleveland is great at that, and those crossing routes over the middle just gave him enough room.
So back to Chris Black on the ground in this ground and pound offensive attack. This time picking up a couple of yards.
And even with those small gains, you need to keep those active so that you can have play action plays like we saw on 3rd down.
So Cross will drop back to pass here on a 2nd and 8, and we'll get it back to the tailback Chris Black, who finds more success through the air.
Yeah, Black also skilled in the passing game as well. Pretty good receiver out of the backfield.
A complete running back for sure. We'll see if they go back to him here on his 3rd and maybe an inch tops. As now, no, Cross is going to pass the football here. It's going to be caught, and it's going to go for a first down. How about that?
I mean, I don't get that play call at all. You're less than a foot away from picking it up with one of the best backs in the league, and you throw a quick slant there. Don't understand it.
Hey, it still works. And so they'll go back to one of those best backs in the league, Chris Black, this time picking up 3 yards.
Yeah, good carry there. Just continuing to move this ball down the field bit by bit.
So 2nd and 7 now coming up as we got no running backs in the backfield. Cross, he's got time to throw the football, looking for the first down. However, appears to be dropped by his receiver.
Yeah, tried to get him there on that corner route. I think he threw that ball a little bit too far where the defender could put a play on it.
So now a 3rd and 7. It looks like they might be forced to pass this football. They do. Looking to the left-hand side. He's actually got a man down the sideline. It is going to be no. Not a touchdown for the Coyotes. But how about that pass right there by Peyton Cross?
Yeah, that crossing route there over the middle, the safety who was supposed to be in high coverage there came down, and that opened up the streak there.
So they'll try to punch it into the end zone here as Chris Black is going to come out of the game in favor of Alex Gibson.
Gibson, big bruiser back here, expecting the ball here on 2nd and short.
But instead, it's a play action. Black throwing it into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. Darrell Ray getting the first points on the board for the Coyotes.
Ray is the red zone target. Big-bodied receiver there with the sure hands puts Cleveland on the board.
So we will go ahead and see the extra point being punched through, and Cleveland will take a 7-0 lead. 9:26 left to play here in the first quarter. And now we will go ahead and see Zachary Hughes kick this ball away as San Francisco gets a chance with the football. Saul Silva, he's going to take it down the sideline and finally gets punched out inside the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Silver just got some good blocks there on that left side and just able to take it right down that sideline for great starting field position for the offense.
So San Francisco will take over with the short field. We'll see if Monroe will try to capitalize. Dumping it off initially to Caleb Wheeler, the tight end, who picks up 5 yards on the play.
Good play there. Those quick passes, that's what you want to see out of Monroe.
So 2nd and 5 coming up. Monroe hands it off for the first time to Theodore Cox, but he's going to be running into a train. That is Quentin Nichols 3rd and long coming.
Yeah, Quentin Nichols, one of the best run-stuffing linebackers in the league.
So Monroe will throw on 3rd and 8, but Seth Flowers comes through in the clutch. 1st down for San Francisco.
Yeah, defender there just a step late allowed him to make that catch.
So 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line as Monroe drops back the pass, gets it out to Theodore Cox down the sideline. It picks up a few yards there.
Yeah, Cleveland was bringing the pressure there. Good job by Monroe getting rid of that ball.
So 2nd and 6 coming as we see our first red zone opportunity for San Francisco. It's going to be a pass attempt from Monroe, who gets it out to the right-hand side. It looks like it's going to be Caleb Wheeler who makes the catch, his 2nd one of this drive.
Yes, confusion there in coverage allowed him to get open there, and we got a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line as San Francisco seeks to tie. Monroe looks left, and it looks like this pass is just going to be thrown away. Theodore Cox, the intended receiver.
Yeah, no one really open downfield. Hard to throw the ball here once you get inside the 10.
So 2nd and goal now from the 9-yard line. Monroe choosing to pass again as it looks like Wheeler makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and finds a way to pick up a few extra yards.
Great play there by Wheeler. That was almost a big loss. Instead, it's a good gain.
So 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Huge play for the San Francisco Sharks. As Monroe, he's going to hand it off to the tailback. It's going to be Theodore Cox who fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Just a horrible job of tackling there by Cleveland. You've got to be able to wrap up and bring him down. Instead, you let him go, and we got ourselves a tie ball game now.
So we see a spirited effort there by Theodore Cox in order to find the end zone. And thanks to that kick by Jose Wilkins, we now got ourselves a tied ball game with 5 minutes left to play in the 1st quarter. And now we'll see Cleveland get another opportunity with the football. Vincent Smith, he's going to return it and gets it all the way up to about the 25-yard line.
And we'll see if Cleveland's able to recreate the offensive power that they saw on their last drive.
So we'll see Cleveland go to work here in their 2nd drive of the game as Chris Black is going to run into the Payne, and that is going to be a huge shot for Matthew Payne.
Neither team really able to get much going here with the run game early.
So we'll see if we see either team establish that run game eventually, but for now, we see a nice throw to Darrell Ray to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, just wide open there over the middle. They're leaving that middle of the field open on these passes.
So another 1st and 10 coming up as they go back on the ground for Chris Black, and a little bit more success on the ground that time around, a gain of 5 yards.
And that's what Cleveland does. They stay committed to the run and just wear you down.
So now 2nd and 5, we got trips to the left. Cross, he's got all the time in the world, can make himself a sandwich if he wants to, chooses to go deep with it, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, weird route combination there as you had like 3 guys all breaking towards that left sideline there in that bunch formation, and it just allowed the defenders to play off each other.
So a glorified Hail Mary there on 3rd and 5 as the drive will stall out. Cleveland will punt the football for the first time tonight.
Just overthrew his guy, and now if you're San Francisco, this is a victory. You got the ball back.
So Maxwell Murray is going to punt this football away, and it's a solid punt that does end up being a touchback. San Francisco will take over at the 20-yard line. So here we go now, 1st and 10 for the San Francisco Sharks as they go to Theodore Cox on the ground. He's already got a touchdown for today. But we are seeing Roy Mathis have himself a great day today.
Yeah, just got around his block there quickly. Need to hold those longer if you're San Francisco.
So 2nd and 10 now coming up as Mike Monroe will drop back the pass. Throws it over to the right-hand side. He does find his receiver, Antonio Bolin. So a 3rd and short coming up here for San Francisco.
Yeah, good throw there, and now you've got yourself 3rd and manageable.
So here we go now, 3rd and 3. Cox going to try to run for the 1st down, but Cleveland blows it up. 3 and out upcoming now for the San Francisco Sharks.
Yeah, just no one blocked the linebacker there. Comes down, blows that play up in the backfield.
So Jason Chandler was the one that caused the 3 and out. as we will now see Cleveland get the football back, and we'll see if Cleveland can take over this lead here, as we'll see the Cleveland Coyotes take over at about the 29-yard line, and we'll start with Chris Black taking a carry up the middle of the field, gets it to about the 35-yard line.
See, now you're starting to see these 4 to 5 runs pop off for Chris Black. We'll see if that continues to happen.
See if that home run comes for us. As Peyton Cross now looking over the middle, gets it back out to Chris Black. He has to come back for the football, and because of that, he cannot pick up the first down, as that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Both teams tied up at 7 apiece.
Yeah, interesting first quarter. Very balanced offenses so far. Both teams able to put up some points.
So here we go, starting this second quarter out with a 3rd and inches. Cross choosing to pass the football, surprisingly, but it does work out for him. Vincent Smith with the first down reception.
Yeah, San Francisco brought pressure there. That left the guy open on that quick pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 44-yard line as we go back to Chris Black on the ground, but just not much space for him here, as we're still waiting for either team to establish a consistent running game.
Yeah, no team able really to get a whole lot going on the ground so far.
So 2nd and 6 now coming up, still remaining on schedule, as Chris Black has struggled on the ground, as you see on screen. Gets it out, though, in the receiving game. That's his 3rd reception, and it's nearly a first down.
Yeah, and Cleveland, they consider those quick passes to the running back basically an extension of the running game there.
So a 3rd and 1, we'll see if they pass the football like they did on their 3rd and inches on their previous 3rd down conversion. They go to the running game instead, and Chris Black simply has nowhere to go as Chester Lane blows it up.
Yeah, offensive line just being slow, getting out of their stances there, and that allowed San Francisco to get downhill and blow that play up.
So we've seen a fast start here for both teams, but now we're starting to see a field position game start to unfold.
Yeah, and that's what you expect with these two teams. You know, you'll have your big plays, but usually these teams are ground and pound and defense oriented, but not here.
Oh my, that is not defense oriented at all, as Mike Monroe finds Saul Silva and he takes the top off the defense. That might be a 90-yard touchdown if I'm not mistaken.
It absolutely is. I mean, Cleveland thought they could bring pressure, maybe get the quarterback back there for the safety. It's cover 0. They leave no one, and Silva is going to beat you one-on-one deep downfield. One of the fastest receivers in the league. How you play cover 0 on him, I do not know.
So definitely a defensive lapse there by this Cleveland coaching staff, as Jose Wilkins will not only make the extra point, but will punt the football away over to Vincent Smith. And now Cleveland, they're going to need an answer.
Yeah, and I mean, the running game is starting to get going for him here, but you needs to be more consistent.
So here we go. We'll see if that consistency starts to arise, as Chris Black gets yet another carry, but he only picks up a gain of 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, look for them to go to the air here. That's sort of been their MO so far. Run and then pass.
So 2nd and 7 coming up. They go to the right-hand side, go into that passing game, as Joshua Carlson makes the reception, but gets brought backwards there.
Yeah, just a big hit there by Matthew Payne coming up and making the tackle for a loss.
So certainly bringing the pain in this game, as he's been all over the field. We'll see if he can make another play. We almost see a sack, and then somebody else cleans up the play, and it looks like Dallas Manning gets the sack that will force the 3 and out.
Beautiful play call there by the San Francisco defensive coaching staff. The delayed blitz from the linebacker doesn't get it home, but it allows the other rushers extra time to get off their blocks and bring down the quarterback.
So ever since Cleveland got that initial 7-0 lead, San Francisco has been on a tear, and they have the football once again.
Yeah, and they come out in the gun here, so it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to march down the field and put up even more points here.
And this is certainly a good start, as Charles Gill nearly picks up the first down off rip.
Yeah, I mean, just this passing game for San Francisco has performed very well here early on.
So here we go now, 2nd and inches, prime play action territory, but they don't go that way. Instead, it's a handoff for Theodore Cox, which is still a first down.
Yeah, good play there. Maybe San Francisco can finally get something going in the run game. That's kind of been the only downfall for them so far here today.
And they are sturdily starting to find that rhythm in the running game as Theodore Cox gets the carry again. A gain of 9 this time around.
Yeah, finally, good play there by Cox to pick up a big gain.
As Monroe is going to actually face pressure on 2nd and 1, but it looks like we are going to see Quentin Nichols drive him all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Great blitz there off that left side.
So now 3rd and 13 here for San Francisco as Monroe drops back the pass, does find Charles Gill, but it's going to be short of the first down marker.
Yeah, now if you're Cleveland, this is what you needed. Get the ball back to your offense, get a big stop here.
So 4th and 3 from the Cleveland 46-yard line as we'll see a touchback there. Are you kind of surprised that you didn't see them go for it on 4th down?
No, I mean, it's still pretty early on in this game. You're on your own side of the field there at that point. Just punt it away and let your defense play as good as they have been.
So Cleveland now will take it back over here as they are still trying to find that running game, but Matthew Payne is making it extremely difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the linebackers for San Francisco are getting to the edge so fast, no room to run.
So 2nd and 7 as more of the pressure being placed on Peyton Cross. Picks up a gain of 3, but they got to find a big play downfield.
If I'm San Francisco here, they're probably going to be bringing pressure here. Got to get this ball out quick if you're Cleveland.
So 3rd and 4 now as Cross, he does find some pressure in his face, and it almost leads to an interception in the process.
That's exactly what you want if you're San Francisco. That is how they love to handle 3rd down. Force the quarterback to make a quick decision.
So it looks like San Francisco playing that field position game as Hale's going to break a tackle initially and gets brought down eventually at about the 35-yard line.
So 5 minutes left here before halftime. We'll see if San Francisco starts to play the clock.
So 5 minutes left to play, as you said, and we see the first play of this new drive for San Francisco. Monroe drops back to the right-hand side. He's got Cox down the sideline. He finds some space. He gets forced out of bounds, but not before crossing midfield.
I mean, San Francisco just speed at every position. I mean, you put a linebacker on Cox, you're asking to get burned.
So we'll see if San Francisco presses their advantage. Gets it to Cox on the outside. Breaks. How about that? He just stiff-armed that man to the next dimension. Did you see that?
Yeah, great stiff arm there by Cox, and I mean, just absolutely starting to find his rhythm on the ground.
So here we go now. 2nd and 1, prime play action territory, but instead they go to Theodore Cox. He's going to be brought down in the backfield by Quentin Nichols.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, if you're the quarterback, you got to recognize you've got too many guys in the box to be running it to the outside like that.
So 7 guys in the box here on this 3rd and 4. As they go to the fullback, he's going to get a carry. It's Devon Childs, and it's going to be a drive extending first down.
Yeah, the defense was full there. They were expecting it to go to Cox, and that time Child's able to pick up a good gain.
So this could very well be the final play that we see here in the first quarter. And Theodore Cox making the most of it, a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, really good rhythm here as we hit the 2-minute warning.
And speaking of Theodore Cox, he's going to come back in the game, subbing in for Christian Hill. We got a 2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line as Monroe drops back the pass. He's got all day to throw this football. He's going towards the end zone with this one, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, San Francisco. Caleb Wheeler with the huge grab.
A beautiful toe-tapping touchdown there with the defender all over him. What a catch by Wheeler.
And to still be able to get that 10 toes down movement as well, you'll absolutely love to see it if you're rooting for San Francisco here in the live stream. So now we'll go ahead and see Jose Wilkins kick this football off back into the hands of Vincent Smith. He had a decent return, and he's going to get another one here, get it to about the 30-yard line.
If you're Cleveland here, need to get some sort of points on the board before halftime.
So here we go. 1:48 left to play in the first half, but Cleveland still has their free timeouts. Cross looks to the right-hand side, throws it towards the boundary. It's going to be a diving grab there, but it looks like Glenn Gilbert with the catch.
Yeah, no gain on the play, though. Need to start moving the ball downfield here.
So time becoming of the essence right now as Cross will go ahead and throw the football again. This time to the left-hand side to a Joshua Carlson that was waiting for the football.
Yeah, way to come back to that ball there and make sure the defender isn't able to make a play on it.
So a efficient day for Peyton Cross, but just not enough consistency on the offensive end yet. We'll see if that changes on this drive. As now, 1:15 left to play. Cross, he's got time. He's going to launch it downfield. He's got a man. No, it's intercepted. Wow, I did not see that coming. Matthew Payne once again really proving his worth.
I mean, the receiver beat his man easily, but, I mean, the quarterback just does not have the strength nor the accuracy to put it where it needs to be.
Wow, so that is really unfortunate if you're Cleveland. And now San Francisco has a chance to score. They have all free timeouts too.
Yeah, definitely good opportunity here for San Francisco.
So Monroe is going to face 5 men rushing the quarterback. Tries to go downfield, but just couldn't make the play. So here we go now, 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Monroe drops back the pass. He's going to try again downfield. Has the right idea, but just lacks the execution.
Yeah, a little overthrown on that one, but Cleveland leaving guys in position to make big plays down the field. Got to tighten it up.
So 3rd and 10, they're actually going to decide to run the football, and Cleveland calls a timeout. Are you surprised by that 3rd down call?
Yeah, I definitely would have expected them to be a little bit more aggressive, but maybe they feel like their defense is good enough that they can prevent Cleveland from scoring within 30 seconds.
So we will go ahead and see, and Cleveland actually fields this, and they're going to actually lose yardage on the return. Very head-scratching decision.
Yeah, special teams, you know, you practice it all week. You got to be able to execute it right in the game.
So Cross is going to go ahead and start throwing here on 1st and 10. Gets it out to Chris Black, who will get it out of bounds. That still saves some time.
Yeah, but you only have 20 seconds, only 2 timeouts, and you have to go the full length of the field here.
So we'll see how aggressive they end up being here. They're going to be ultra aggressive. Wow, how is that not caught?
Oh, man, and that's the story of this first half for Cleveland. Just missed opportunities. That time, the quarterback puts it where it needs to be, and it goes right through the receiver's hands.
So you absolutely hate to see it now, and it's 3rd and 4. I'm curious to see if they'll run the football. They will, and we'll see if San Francisco calls a timeout, and it looks like they're going to the halftime locker room.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're San Francisco, this game has gone completely your way.
So after things were initially close, it was now a 14-0 run for San Francisco. What's your biggest takeaway here from this first half?
I mean, San Francisco's just dominated in every way possible. Their defense is just giving Cleveland no room to get any separation downfield. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders, and Cleveland needs to make some sort of adjustment here at halftime, or this could get ugly quick.
So San Francisco doing a better job of taking care of the football, as well as outgaining Cleveland significantly. And here's the thing. San Francisco, they get the ball to start this second half here as we go ahead and get this 3rd quarter started. Devon Child's going to take the return. Oh, he hurdles over a defender before being brought down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and great opportunity here for the Sharks to really put this game out of reach.
So 1st and 10 in San Francisco's first possession of the second half. Dumps it off to Theodore Cox, but he can't make the play.
Yeah, just couldn't get his hands on that one there.
So now, 2nd and 10 coming after the incompletion. Monroe's going to drop back the pass, so gets it out to Wheeler. He breaks the tackle and gets it to the outside. Caleb Wheeler with some tough yardage there.
Yeah, San Francisco, they love those crossing routes to Wheeler there.
So now, 1st and 10 back in Cleveland territory as he gets some nice blocking on the outside, and Theodore Cox is going to take advantage.
Yeah, Cleveland was able to contain Cox in that first quarter, but ever since, he's been running pretty good.
So now 2nd and 4 from the 43-yard line, and it looks like a prime play action opportunity. They straight up pass it instead, trying to do attack downfield, and it's going to be caught. It's caught by Charles Gill, and picking up right where they left off. Another touchdown for San Francisco.
Yeah, the defender's in a position to make a play, just completely loses track of both the ball and the receiver, and Gill able to just take off with that one once he caught it.
And how about Mike Monroe here in this first half? 14 for 18, 281 yards, and 3 touchdowns. More importantly, he doesn't turn the football over. You love to see it. A great performance for him. And now we're going to see if Peyton Cross, can he respond and get his team back in the game?
Yeah, they definitely need to go more towards the passing game for Cleveland here. The question is, will they be successful in doing so?
So this might be a little bit out of their comfort zone, knowing their tendencies. They're still going with the ground game. Are you a little bit surprised that there's not much urgency on the Cleveland sideline?
No, not necessarily. It's only the first play of the drive. That kind of sets up a little bit of play action here.
So 2nd and 10 coming up, as it looks like San Francisco has 8 guys in the box. We will see Peyton Cross throw his football downfield, throws it up, and it will be deflected away.
Yeah, and really good coverage here by this secondary for San Francisco.
So now 3rd and 10 coming, not a situation they want to be in, as Cross needs to make a play here on 3rd down, and it's nearly intercepted, and Cleveland will have to punt the football away.
I don't know what happened there. You had your guy wide open, and you just short arm it. Nearly gets picked off.
So we will go ahead and see a 3 and out from Cleveland, as we'll see Hale go ahead, get the return, gets it to about the 36-yard line, and this is a dangerous time for Cleveland right now.
Yeah, very dangerous here. Cannot give up points on this drive, otherwise this game's basically out of reach at that point.
So with that, a critical drive for both teams here, as we'll see if Cleveland has some fight left in them. So now, 2nd and 4 coming from the 41-yard line. Monroe tosses it out to the right-hand side, but Theodore Cox gets blown up in the backfield, as it looks like David Haig makes the play for a loss of 4.
Yeah, great job there on that toss, being able to wrap up and bring him down and not letting him break that tackle.
So on the verge of another 3 and out here, as they try to go deep on this 3rd and 8. Mike Monroe trying to expose the Cleveland secondary, but is incomplete.
If this were a basketball game, that'd be called a heat check there by Monroe. He'd hit so many deep passes, he thought he could hit another one there.
So instead, we are going to see Maxwell Murray with the punt, and almost gets it, in that coffin corner in the middle of the field, but just going to be a touchback. So now, 1st and 10 coming for Cleveland here as they get a stop on defense, as we'll see Chris Black with the carry, gets it to right outside the 30-yard line.
Still plenty of time for Cleveland to put up points here, but they need to start going quickly here.
And it's a critical time right now as Peyton Cross needs to make a play. He wants to make one downfield, and it's going to be the 10 toes down movement. That is Joshua Carlson with a critical reception.
Huge play down the field there. He knew he needed to take a shot, and he did just that.
So 1st and 10 now as we go back on the ground for Chris Black. He has struggled to find a rhythm in this game, and that will continue as he only picks up 4.
Yeah, those 4-yard carries, those are good. You pick up 3 straight of those. That's a first down every time.
So Cross is going to drop back the pass, looks over the middle of the field, and he will end up finding Willis. Willis will be picking up the first down for the Coyotes.
All right, finally some life from this Cleveland offense here as they're knocking on the door of the red zone.
So just outside the red zone as they go back to Chris Black. Tries to spin it to the outside, but just nowhere left to go.
Great open field tackle one-on-one. If the defender there isn't able to make that tackle, that's a first down for Black.
So 2nd and 8 now as Cross will drop back the pass again. Dumps it off to Willis, who gets yet another reception. The backup tailback picks up 5.
So 3rd and manageable here for Cleveland. You got to pick it up here.
So now 3rd and 3 from the 18-yard line. It's the first red zone opportunity since the first quarter. We'll see if they can come away with points on this drive. Gets it out to Hardy. Hardy's going to cut it inside and gets it inside the 10-yard line for a goal line situation.
Yeah, great pass there. Now you've got yourself first and goal. Need to punch this in desperately here for Cleveland.
So first and goal from the 8-yard line. Massive possession right here as Black is going to find a little bit of running space here and gets it to about the 3-yard line.
And I expect Cleveland to go right back to the run game here on second and goal.
So here we go. We'll see if they do just that. Only 6 guys in the box. Instead, they pass the football, and it's going to be intercepted by Webster. Oh, that is a critical turnover. You absolutely hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely killer if you're Cleveland there. You finally get a good drive, and it turns into an interception. Just heartbreaking for Cleveland.
So now 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. They are backed up significantly, but Theodore Cox is going to provide them some breathing room.
Yeah, that's good there. Get out from having to run out of your own end zone there.
So that will open up the playbook a little bit here as they go back to Cox. And Cox is going to get some hard running. Tries to run through a defender, but still picks up a first down.
Yeah, good running there by Cox. He's turned out to have a pretty good day here so far.
Solid day for Theodore Cox, and he's going to be in to block on this next play. He's got some time downfield, got a man, and it's going to be caught once again. How about that? Might be Charles Gill with a big-time throw.
It absolutely is. Now over 100 yards receiving on the day for Charles Gill.
So how about this? Starting at inside the 5-yard line, mind you, and all of a sudden they are going to be in field goal range.
Yeah, absolutely just a wonderful day for the San Francisco passing game today. Cleveland has had no answer for it.
And speaking of which, Monroe is going to try to pass once again, but this time Cleveland not even giving them the opportunity to do so as David Haig comes away with the sack.
His 3rd tackle of the day here for Haig, really the only guy on Cleveland that's been able to make any plays.
So now 3rd and 9, they go to Cox, and Cox is going to not gain any yardage there. That's Jason Chandler that makes the tackle.
All right, there you go. Now set up for the field goal. Just take your points.
So Jose Wilkins is going to go for the field goal attempt here, and the 50-yard field goal is going to be good. But considering where they started, huge win for San Francisco.
Yeah, and again, just a huge blow to Cleveland's momentum. You finally had a drive inside the 5, and you throw an interception, and San Francisco just continues to torch you downfield.
So 31-7 now being your score, and it's turning into desperation mode for the Cleveland Coyotes.
Yeah, definitely need to see some big plays downfield here.
So now 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. A big field coming up as Chris Black gets absolutely obliterated in the backfield by Phillip Gross.
I mean, Gross just manhandled the offensive lineman there to get back there and blow that play up. Huge loss.
So a huge burden on Peyton Cross's shoulders now as they were likely to pass. Dropping back to pass, so he's going to go for it all downfield, and it's going to be caught. Vincent Smith with a big-time reception.
That's the 3rd time they've gone to that same play with Smith down the field, but they finally connect there on that one.
So now Cleveland in San Francisco territory once again. We'll see if they come away with points on this drive, as it looks like this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that will indeed be the case as San Francisco up 31-7. If Cleveland's going to pull this comeback, how you see that happening?
I mean, you need like a score right now on this play, and you're going to have to get really lucky to be able to come back in this one against a good San Fran team.
So we'll see if they can find a little bit of lady luck here as Cross is able to get away from the initial defender, but it's going to be Wallace Thompson that cleans up the play.
And absolutely what you could not have there is a sack if you're Cleveland.
So now 3rd and long as they try to go one-on-one. It's going to be intercepted yet again. Here we go now. Carroll taking it down the field, as that is going to be another huge play for the Sharks defense.
I mean, what can you say? Just went up there, one-on-one, made the catch, and by the way, breaking news, Aaron Judge has hit his 62nd home run.
So congratulations to Aaron Judge for breaking the American League record for most home runs in a season. I'm sure if you're an ESPN fan, if you like college football, don't have to worry about that double box anymore. So now we'll go ahead and see Theodore Cox run the ball up the middle of the field and gets it past midfield.
Yeah, San Francisco now just trying to drain this clock and get out of here with the victory without any injuries.
So we'll see if they can go ahead and put an early dagger in Cleveland. But you got to complete that pass if you want to do so. So 2nd and 10 now coming up. They'll go back to the running game as Theodore Cox is able to hurdle over a defender there. But it looks like Figueroa is going to make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, good tackle there.
So now 3rd and 8. You're going to try to run the football once again. Trying to drain this clock a little bit more. But that's not going to be able to pick up this first down here.
No, but this does drain quite a bit of clock off here, and then, you know, it's going to be a long field for Cleveland to try and drive.
So they will go ahead and punt this football away as Cleveland will have to start at the 20-yard line due to the touchback. So here we go now, 1st and 10 from that 20-yard line. Cleveland needing to score and score in a hurry. But they go to their running game, and Chris Black gets blown up in the backfield again. Matthew Payne is having one heck of a ball game.
Yeah, just absolutely nowhere to go there for the running back. 12th tackle of the day for Payne.
So an absolute menace to the Coyotes offense, as on the next play, they will go ahead and dump it off to Vincent Smith, who picks up the original line of scrimmage and then some. So now 3rd and 5 coming up here as Cross desperately needs a big-time play. Can he deliver? Cross throws over the left-hand side, but it's going to be incomplete. What do you do here if you're the Coyotes?
I mean, do you think you can come back? It doesn't look like they do. It's time they surrender. They're going to send out the punt team.
So because of that surrender, Maxwell Murray comes out onto the field as Elias Hill is going to bring the ball up to the 31-yard line. We'll see if San Francisco drains more of this clock.
Yeah, definitely going to try and keep it on the ground here if you're San Fran. Run it with Theodore Cox.
So now, actually, Monroe is going to pass the football here. A little surprising, but it works anyways as Caleb Wheeler makes the catch and does so in bounds.
Yeah, good job there staying in bounds on that one, as that'll drain a lot more clock.
So now, 1st and 10, and they're going 5 wide for this next play. I'm surprised that they're still being aggressive as Monroe throws to the left-hand side, but is going to be broken up, and that will stop the clock more importantly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely no reason to still be throwing it, especially on 1st down if you're San Francisco there. Risky throw there almost leads to a turnover.
So we'll see if they return back to the running game here on 2nd and 10 as Theodore Cox does get the carry, but he is going to be brought down by Peter Medina.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. That play was blown up immediately by the Cleveland defensive line.
So 3rd and 15 now, going to try to chuck it deep downfield. It's going to be caught once again. It's Caleb Wheeler with the catch. He's been huge on this drive.
Yeah, 2nd receiver now for San Francisco, over 100 yards on the day with his 8th catch of the day.
So here comes the San Francisco Sharks, looking for that dagger once again. 4 wide set, a tight end to the left. Monroe got a clean pocket to work with, gets it out to none other than Charles Gill, who breaks a tackle and picks up yet another 1st down for San Francisco.
I mean, just awful tackling all day by this Cleveland defense here.
And it looks like the will is being absolutely sucked out of him right now. As it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Cox going to run to the left-hand side, breaks a tackle, and picks up a good set of yards there.
Yeah, and that'll keep this clock running now as we come up on 6 minutes.
So getting under that 7-minute mark here. Now down to 6:30. Monroe is going to pass the football surprisingly. Gets it out to Theodore Cox. And is that going to be a 1st down? It looks like he's just a yard shy.
Yeah, but he does stay in bounds. It's 3rd and short. They can easily pick this up, keeping it on the ground.
So we'll see if they know if it passes. Huge surprise there. Going to the end zone, and it works. Oh my goodness, another touchdown for San Francisco. This time, Caleb Wheeler.
And the Cleveland coaching staff not happy about that after the big touchdown. They feel like San Francisco's trying to run it up on them.
And it could also be, on the other side of that, if you don't want the score ran up on you, you got to play through the whistle too.
I completely agree there, man. If you don't like it, you better stop them. And Cleveland has not been able to do that at all today.
They haven't been able to do anything today, I would argue, but it is what it is for the Factory of Sadness, as we'll see if Cleveland can, get some garbage time points on the board here in the last 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, hopefully they can connect on something here, give them a little momentum going into next week's game.
So now, 5:34 left to play. We'll see if Cleveland can play with some pride here in the last few minutes, as the game has all been decided. And a good run to start this drive, but he suffers a knee injury.
Oh, and that's definitely not what you want to see if you're Cleveland. Having a star go down like that in garbage time, definitely not good.
And speaking of some potential injuries, I'm surprised that Peyton Cross is perfectly okay. He was facing some heat. So now, 3rd and 9 coming up as Cross is going to drop back the pass. Facing some pressure yet again, and San Francisco is imposing its will right now. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down? That's crazy. Cross dropping back, looks to the left-hand side, and it's incomplete. They're falling apart right now.
Yeah, back-to-back sacks there off of the blitz from San Francisco there. Just Cleveland, no shot on that drive.
So, interesting decision there by Cleveland, as, they punt on the previous drive, but then they're down by even more with less to go, and they go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, strange play calling there.
So, we'll see what San Francisco does here with 3 minutes left to play, as San Francisco is being aggressive as well. Gets it out to Chris Wheeler once again. He gets himself out of bounds, though.
Yeah, you can't do that this late in the game going out of bounds. That does not help you.
Unless you're up by 30 points, man. Maybe they're trying to run up that score after all. But Cleveland's defense shows a little bit of pride here. Looks like they're going to hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, finally something good happens here by this Cleveland defense.
So we'll go ahead and see if Jose Wilkins can make the field goal. And that is going to be right down the middle. The 40-yard field goal attempt is going to be good.
Yet another field goal attempt here for San Francisco, as they have one of the best kickers in the entire league.
So 41-7 is going to be your score here with 2:18 left to play. Cleveland technically has 4 timeouts, so they can get something going here on their next possession they choose to.
Yeah, the question is, will they be able to with how good the San Francisco defense has been today?
As we'll go ahead and see what Cleveland does. And they're going to go 5 wide. I love the aggression, as Cross is going to throw it to that right-hand side and does get it out to Darrell Ray, as Cleveland will take their first timeout.
Yeah, I like that. Taking the timeout right before the 2-minute warning gives you a little bit of extra time.
So 2nd and 6 coming up as a man gets moved into motion. Cross throwing again here. Last play before the 2-minute warning, as it gets it out to Gilbert. And Glenn Gilbert makes the catch once again. We're now at the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, hopefully they can pick up this first down here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 4, of course, they're going to pass it once again. San Francisco sending a little bit of pressure, but calmly delivers a good pass to Darrell Ray.
Yeah, nice pass there over the middle. San Francisco brought a little pressure there up the middle.
So 1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line. This Cross will once again drop back the pass. He wants it all downfield. He's going to get it as Darrell Ray makes the catch and gets himself a fun out of bounds, but Cleveland chooses to take a timeout.
John, I was wondering why Cleveland was doing all those little short passes. That's why right there it sets up the big play downfield.
So playing until that final whistle, that's for sure. But Cleveland is out of timeout, so they can't afford any losses. Cross takes it to the right-hand side, gets it to Tyson Cole, but he can't get out of bounds. Clock is running.
Gotta go fast here, Cleveland out of timeouts.
So tick, 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 tick. 2nd and 7 now. Cross again passing. No surprises here. Looks right. He's going to get it out. Looks like might have been Glenn Gilbert with the target, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, rush throw there. inaccurate. Couldn't get his hands on it.
So 3rd and 7 coming up as Cross trying to go for it all, but it's going to be deflected away at the last possible moment.
Interesting to see what they do here. They are in field goal range, but they will go for the touchdown.
So they will be going for it here on 4th down. No pride loss. Cross into shotgun, drops back, looks downfield, and it's going to be broken up, and San Francisco will take over once again.
And Cleveland not able to stop the clock, so San Fran can now just sit in victory formation here.
So they will be taking some knees, and Cleveland, now that they are out of timeouts, they cannot do anything here to stop the clock. And that is exactly what they're going to be doing right now as we see that chew clock feature chewed on here for the San Francisco Sharks, as that is going to be likely the final play of the game. What's your final thoughts in this one?
I mean, just absolute domination by San Francisco. 41 unanswered points following the leadoff touchdown by the Coyotes here. Just a great game overall for Mike Monroe. 4 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it was just absolute domination.
And you want to talk about getting the job done too. Even a 75% completion percentage, you absolutely love to see it. And you're right, man. Ever since Cleveland got that 7-0 lead, 41 unanswered points for the San Francisco Sharks.
Yeah, it was just a great game by San Francisco. And if you're Cleveland here, got to figure out what's going on here. Cannot continue to play this poorly going into the season, especially since it's only an 8-week season.
Yeah, and like you said, 8-week season, every moment counts, and that is certainly something that Cleveland's going to regret down the line. But with that being said, that will wrap up tonight's presentation of this Axis League football matchup between the Cleveland Coyotes and the San Francisco Sharks. I'm John J. Gaming on the mic, signing off along with iDesh Gaming. If you enjoyed tonight's presentation of the Axis Football League, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're watching on Twitch right now, hit that follow button for us as you are following in on a great season of the Axis Football League. But for now, we're going to sign off. Take care, everybody.